to 12, 1 to 12. Okay, so in effect it means that we are dividing. When you have a row, you can divide that row into columns up to 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 12. Okay, it can be above 12. So what it means is that when you take a row, you can give it a column up to 12. Now let's look at this. So columns, so column equals 12, right? Column equals 12, or every row is up to 12. Row is up to 12. One column is also up to 12. So if you want to arrange your items in columns, now you have to divide this 12 12 points. So maybe if I want to have items like how I did this one, maybe I want to have two items in a column, then you should know how to divide the 12. So it means that if I want to have two items in a column, it means that I need to divide the 12 by 2. I'll divide it by 2, then I'll get 6. So it means that every column will have one item and the other column also have one item. Okay, so maybe if I take this for example, I want to divide this into 4 columns. I have 1 2 3 4. So it means that 12 divided by 4, 12 divided by 4 give me 3. So it means that each of this column is 3. So this is 3, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 3. And when you sum it up, it is up to 12, the 12 points. Okay, so that's how it works. So maybe I want to divide my item into maybe 6 parts. It means that I would have to divide the 12 by 6, which will give me 2. So every column will be 2 2 2 2. Are you getting the scenario? That's how it works. So every row has 12 points, and it can't exceed that 12. Now to divide columns, we normally have smaller columns. So you can use smaller columns. You can have smaller columns. Uh, Small. You can have medium columns. You can have larger columns. Okay, so all this has its unique short form. So for smaller column we normally use SM. For medium columns we normally use MD, and for larger columns we use LG. Okay, so when you see SM in any of the codes, you know that this is called SM. The column is smaller column. When you see MD, it's a medium column. When you see LG, it's a larger column. You get it? So you decide. For me, I normally use medium columns because I normally don't see the differences though, but what I normally use is a medium column. I in all my codes I use medium column. I don't use large. I don't use SM because I don't see their use. But normally I use medium column. You can also choose not to use medium columns, but just go straight away to divide your columns. Okay. Now to specify this uh, column parameters, after giving your attribute class, you can just say dash md dash. Then if I want to divide it into 6, I'll just write 6. If I want to divide it into 2, I'll write 2. I want to divide it into 3, I'll write 3. 4, I'll write 4. So I want to divide this page into 2 sections. Okay, so I'll make it 6. Then here, let me use a paragraph tag and let me just type something. Let me type something. You see the difference now. So after the closing div of this column, I'll have another column which will also be 6. So col dash md dash 6. Oh, sorry, I didn't specify my class. So col dash md dash 6. Then this side too, let me make it h4. Then let me have this dummy text. So I have one container, I have one row. Inside the row I have columns, but the column I've divided it into 2. So when you add this and this, you get 12. So it means that on the same row, on the same line, which is row, I've divided it into 2. So let's say let me say this is my line, and it's up to from 1 to 12. Okay, this is my row. So this is the row, and inside this row I have columns, and I've divided the column into 2. And this side is 6, this side too is 6. So that's the meaning of the code I just wrote. Please, are you understanding it? So I have one row which is from 1 to 12, and inside the same row I have 2 columns. I divided that row into 2 parts. It's very simple. I divided the row into 2 parts. So this is 1 and this is 1. So it means that it has 2 columns, one here, one here. I believe we understand. Okay, so when I
Yes.
when I save it and refresh my page, let's see what will happen. This about section, let me go to index. Okay, so now you can see that you have one row. So from this side up to this side is one row. Okay, and in the same row I divided that row to 2 sections, where I have one part and I have the other part here. So which means that this is 6 and this is 6. Now let me change it. Let me divide it to 3 sections, three columns. One here, one will be here, and so it will be 3. So in that sense, you just have to add another division of the row, have a class attribute, then you give it md. So here it will not be 6, but rather it will be 4. So there will be 4, because when I'm dividing it into three sections, it means that it should be 4. Okay, 12 divided by 3 will give you 4. So I have 1. When you add it to sum up to 8, add this, you add 4, you sum up to 8. So let me use this one. Let me use h1 so that you see the difference. Let me use lorem, another dummy text. When I save it, you see that to be divided into 3 parts. You can see. So I have 1, 2. This is too big. Let me use a6. Let me smaller. Okay. So it is divided into 1, 2, 3 parts. The same row, but you are dividing the row into columns. Okay, so this is how we arrange our web pages. We arrange items on our website. Okay, so in these columns you can put images, you can put anything. So let me just put an image at the first side. So here, instead of this, let me put image. So I have images. You could see that the image will stay in only this column. The image can't exceed to this column. No, it won't work. It will stay in this column. It will never exceed. So let me just run it, and have an error. Somebody is disturbing on WhatsApp. Please, are we understanding?
Yes, please.
Beautiful. I'm not hearing the lady's voice. That's good. All right. So we can have an image here. You can have another item too. So it is divided into columns. Okay, and every item is um, uh, is supposed to be in its column. You get it? So every item is supposed to be in its column. So let me refresh it again and see. Yes, I'm crying. All right. So let me give it a width of 100%, and then it will go back to its normal sense. Okay. All right. So it is very simple. Okay, very simple. So this is how we just arrange our items uh, in a grid system using Bootstrap. Okay. Any question? Any questions so far?